What is up, guys? Julian's Way here. So this is 2 days out of the show. This was the 17th of October, the day before my birthday. I'm on the 18th of October, so this is how I looked in the morning. Still doing my morning posing, free posing, just to see how I look in the morning, you know, to keep that discipline really, even though like I'm tired and weak and, you know, just drained and flat basically. So this is some of the food that I had. This was basically my lunch that day. That's chicken breast, mushrooms, pickles, asparagus. It's very expensive here in Guyana, so I decided to try it out, you know. And it was good. It like I said, I didn't want to go back and eat a lot of junk, but you know how tempting that could be. So I had some fruits on the side, some cashews and watermelon and some apple basically. And of course I didn't show you, well, the mustard, the pepper, that's always been there. I still do that. Show no show, I think I will continue living with mustard. That has become my best friend, and pepper has always been there, so that's my main thing. And this here is for my breakfast, my side actually. Outdoor cardio still, I was doing a lot of outdoor cardios, maybe some days 20 minutes, 40 minutes, 45 minutes, some days even an hour. I do as much as I felt I needed to do or I could do in that day if I had some extra time, or I felt that I, you know, might have had some extra snack or something like that. You know, I was messing up. Honestly, I was messing up with my diet a lot, all right? You're gonna see what I'm talking about. So I really recommend outdoor cardio though, especially with a little bit of sun, and that was my pre-workout before my arm day. Now this is the junk that I had. This is after the arm workout, the shoulder and arm workout, so I was really depleted after that workout. So I ordered got a burger from Church's Fish Burger. I really enjoyed their burger, the best burger, fish burger I've ever had. That's personally, I like how they do it. That's just me. And they didn't put any cheese, so I was really very upset about that. And I had some pastries again, some Chinese cake, a donut, and some kind of, I do not know what that is. No, yeah, back to the burger, you know. Yeah, I was really upset about that. See what I mean? There was no cheese there, so I kind of made it up of my own, put my own mayonnaise and pickle. I do not even remember what's there. As you can see, I had to do my own fresh lettuce there. Stuff is a bit crappy, but I still like how it tastes. And I dive into this sort of cake. I was disappointed in this. It was like almost tasteless and just full of calories and sugar. Too bad when you love pastries. So I was upset, and I thought that I had to make up for the burger. So this, I dive into my cheesecake that I bought. An entire small what can I say, platter of cheesecake for the after the show to dive into, and I just ended up taking out a piece of it for dessert. And yep, this is what happened. I end up tasting a piece of this, a piece of that, and boy, I just went all out. Yep, the Father's Table cheesecake, I still have a weakness for this. So boy, I just took a piece, and I do not know, I think but maybe like 45% of it was gone by the end of the night. So yeah, I basically screwed up here, and I decided to go on. The floodgates had opened, guys. As you can see, olives, lettuce, wrap. It was a pita wrap, and that I think is mustard, and God knows I do not remember what the hell that was, but I know it's kind of some kind of mustard sauce there. Maybe honey mustard. So those are some nuts in between with chicken breast, and I made another wrap. Peanut butter, banana, chicken, yard-long beans, and some of the cake on top of it, as you can see. I guess I really overdid it, didn't I, guys? So it was basically a wrap fest. That was another wrap. So maybe about 3 or 4 different kinds of wraps I did that night. Here's another one that I just went all out. So my workout, it was shoulders and arm day. The last shoulder and arm day actually that I did a solid pre-workout. This was 2 days out, the 17th of October. So I usually still do some foam rolling to my shoulder blades. I've had injuries to my collarbone like way back. I'm not going to get into that, but nevertheless, my back really gets tight before, after. Back day doesn't really matter, it's just from everyday activities, sitting and all that stress and tension in there. So every now and then, if I feel like I need to, whether it's back day, shoulder day, arm day, I just do some foam rolling before I get into a workout, and I warm up. Of course, you saw me warming up there with just the 5 pounds. And yeah, basic shoulder press. There are many ways to grab this and do this. So I just went for the regular neutral grip. Starting off light, as you can see how many reps I'm doing. Probably maybe only like 30 pounds there, and then I moved up in weight, of course. And yes, taking my shirt off, I felt it was time for me to take my shirt off and just, yeah, let's see that pump, that look, how lean it is. All that in the motivation. Also, besides that, you can see how you're doing your movements if there's a mirror there. But these gyms aren't with AC, so yeah, a lot of people sometimes ask me, why do I work out like that, like exposed? I do not know what's the big deal. Some people think it's like showing off too much. So yeah, anyway, so seated dumbbell raises, lateral raises. So basically I did a few sets of these and I went back and forth doing drop sets upon drop sets. Usually start off with like a 15 pounds or a 12 pounds, depending if I'm already warmed up or not, and then I go on to just do more and more. So this here is a bent over dumbbell fly raise. Some people might call it a fly raise. It's more like a fly. I'm kind of like more stationary there, and I'm not really pulling much. Now I'm pulling a bit. So when the tension gets on and it's hard to fly, sometimes I just go into a pulling movement to finish it off and not give up. So if you haven't tried this, you can give these a try. I find there's not much movement. I'm still moving, but not as much as if my head wasn't placed there. There's more stability, concentration, and isolation to get the movement done. And of course, as you can see, drop set. So maybe that's like 25 pound. Come down to like 15 pound, like a 3-set drop set, and pretty much the same thing here. 15 pounds, then I probably moved up to like 20 pounds and 25 pounds. So yeah, basically that's how I do it. I go for a weight that I feel I can manage and maybe get like 8 to 12 reps, not more than that really, except for if I'm warming up or starting off. I do not want to go too heavy nor too light. I still want to keep the weight a bit heavy, because even though your energy levels are low and all that, you still want to try to train a little bit heavy to keep that muscle mass and the bit of muscle fullness. So I did some close grip push-ups afterwards, just to feel back that pump before I start off into the superset sitting. So I was doing that basically sitting hammer, well, not hammer curl, these are like seated curls, but it depends on how you put your arm, basically how you place your hands, your wrist outwards, inwards. But I'm not really twisting much there. I'm coming down back and I'm keeping them in the same position. I find it works better there. And yeah, basically that was a superset. It was like overhead seated extensions or the triceps, supersetting that with the seated dumbbell curl. As you can see how my hands are there, I'm not twisting them like alternating curl or a hammer movement in a neutral position. I'm just keeping them straight out. And then I moved on to some reverse cable fly for the tricep. Pull down, push down. I would say it's more like a pull down. It's not really pushing because you're like extending your arm. So this is a single reverse cable extension. If you want to get the name, that's what I would call it. Some people might change it up, but that's not the big deal. The big thing is that getting it right and not going too heavy, and be able to get the full range of movement nevertheless. So I superset this with, or I probably did them separate. I did this separate to see how it felt, some single arm cable curl. Then I went on to do some lion cable extension on the bench, supersetting that with some lion bicep curl. So I went to this like maybe like about 2, 3, 4 sets, back and forth, up in the weight, and then dropping it down back a little bit. And then of course this kickbox, bent over kickbox, dumbbell kickbox. A lot of people still do not do these right, their arm and elbows. It drops too much. It's supposed to be, I would say your elbow's supposed to be in line with your spine basically. And I superset this with dumbbell hammer curls. So it's the same neutral grip position, all right? It's like neutral. So the other movement that's in the neutral grip would be hammer curls. So that's why I choose the dumbbells, and I did these back and forth. That was a lot of volume here, a lot of sets. Like I said, if I'm really feeling it and I can go on before I get hungry, I just keep going and going. But if it's a matter that I cannot get it done, well, then that's different. Then I went on to some more dumbbell, but a bit heavier. I wanted to feel that heavy weight, so I went on to maybe like 45, 50 pounds. As you can see me there, struggling there a bit, trying to get them right up. But a lot of people might say I needed to go more and all that, but I was feeling it, and it was basically just to keep that fullness and that shock the muscle. And finishing up here with some ab. This is how I do my ab. I hold straight out, up, hanging, and knee ups, side bends, side raises, whatever you want to call them. But as of right now, I'm trying to keep my legs more straight out instead of using a weight. You can also put your legs out and try to hold them. But I was doing weighted abs here some days, not every single day, mostly on upper body days I did abs. If you can put in like 15, well, not 15, sorry, 5 minutes or 8 minutes every upper body day, like 3 to 4 times a week, I guarantee you're going to get results from your abs, provided that your body fat is sufficiently low enough to see that. Then some obliques, side bends, and I really do not do these unless I am like coming on close to competition time. That's when I really do this, just to bring in that density. I would think it's not much building that could go on here. As you can see, I'm lean and vascular. Alright guys, I'm gonna wrap the video. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't. If you made it far, I appreciate it. Please give the video a thumbs up. Until my next video, peace and take care.